Hey guys, quick video lesson today. I wanted to help the snare drums with their lick in the closer, the snare feature. Alright, the one that starts like this. Alright, that's probably the most fuzzy lick that we have in the entire show, and it's not easy, right? The flam taps, the paradiddle-diddle flam taps, what they are actually, are challenging in and of themselves, and then they go over the bar line, and then you have a triple roll laced in there at the end. So a lot of stuff happening. But what I want to focus on today is the paradiddle-diddle flam tap in there, okay, and how to break that down. So, in general, I feel like when we play something and it's out, you guys have a good enough sense of time now. It's not because we're guessing incorrectly. I think it's because a lot of us are just not holding on to the sticks, and we're kind of relying on rebound a little bit too much. So the whole idea is that you always have control over the sticks, but they can still resonate. Okay? So we're going to do an exercise today at a tempo that's going to be really challenging for you to rely on rebound, and that's the point of it. Okay, it's intended to be awkward and hard. It's a really hard tempo to play at well. So the first thing we're going to do is break down flam taps. Now when we play flam taps, make sure that your grace note to primary note spacing is pretty tight. Okay, in marching percussion, if we have different interpretations of where that grace note is, it can sound like dirt, and that's not what we want. So let's just go ahead and commit to a really tight grace note spacing, and that's one of the things we're going to be focusing on while we play these flam taps. Okay, so I'm going to set the MET to 72 beats a minute, and then we're going to try and play these flam taps. It's not rebound, it's not completely wrist either though. You got to still make sure that the sticks can resonate. So find that happy medium and try and control it and play along. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and the entire time, I'm trying to listen for that grace note spacing, but stay super relaxed. There's not a whole lot of flow into this. I don't want to do this. Okay, I'm just using wrist. Keep your fingers on the stick. Keep that left hand cradled. Don't let the fingers come off. Okay? And do that for a while. Do that for several minutes. And I think your hands are going to start to learn how that should feel. Right? It's going to feel awkward in the beginning. The next thing that we're going to do is the actual rudiment that's in the lick. Okay? The paradiddle-diddle with the flam taps on the diddle. So that looks like this. Same tempo. Ready? Try and control that flam spacing. I obviously need to practice that a little bit too. Your goal tempo for both of those is going to be 120 beats a minute. So that was 72. Go through the process and build that up. Just spend a little bit of time each day. And the reason it's 120 is our goal tempo is because we're playing in duple, and if we were playing in triplets, I believe the tempo would be 160, which is our goal tempo. That's kind of where we're at for the closers. So here's 120, and this is about how fast you have to play it in the show. Right? There's a difference between that and this. Just kind of throwing the sticks at the drum. Don't do that. Also, reversely, don't get too tense. Okay, you got to find that happy medium between the two, where your wrist is helping out quite a bit, all the fingers on the stick, but you're also using a little bit of rebound to help you out. Okay, And then the next one obviously is the paradiddle diddle with the flam taps. Okay, so an exercise that you can do to work on both of those and be really efficient with your time is to do a measure of flam taps and then a measure of paradiddle diddles with flam taps. And that would be in 6/4, right? Because it's a 6-note grouping. We're going to do each of them 4 times. Without me making it too wordy for you, I'll just show you what it looks like. I'll go a little bit slower. Here's 92. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And so get control of that, and then you should be just fine. And then my last comment about this snare feature and about all of our triplet rolls is to make sure that you keep that left hand spacing tight. Okay? A lot of the time, the left hand isn't quite strong enough, or we're not putting enough energy into it, and it tends to slur and poop out. Okay, the hand motions tends to get slow. So commit to the hand motion and commit to the diddle sides. And a good exercise that you can do with that is just to play at 160 and then play the check. And really listen for those diddles to be square. Okay, if you don't know if they're square, back it down a little bit. But here's what that sounds like with the Met. Also make sure that the first left-hand diddle is initiated like the rest of them are going to be played. So don't drop it in there and then start using the arm. Okay, use the same motion the entire time. Okay. Alright, so with all that being said, there's some challenging stuff, right? We got that. It also goes over the bar line. Make sure that you go to slow tempo, use the practice files that I uploaded earlier, and try and get to an understanding of where that quarter note is, staying relaxed, play the rhythms really accurately with pretty tight flams, okay? I didn't say double stops, right? We don't want that, but close flams. So here's what the lick sounds like with all that in mind. I'm going to try not to poop it out. There's a major energy change between quarter note, 2 eighth notes, and then diving headfirst into a triplet roll. That's hard. That's not easy to do. Make sure that you don't try and crescendo that roll too much. We talked earlier that the roll will have a sense of crescendo in and of itself because we're playing a faster rhythm, and the velocity of the notes that we're playing are faster. So it's actually going to be louder no matter what, right? So don't try and push for that crescendo too much. Go for the accuracy of the rhythm. And that's a good exercise in and of itself. Don't drag out that left-hand diddle. Right. So whole lick again. 1, 2, 3. Alright, hope this helps. Hope you guys enjoy your break and practicing a little bit over the break. Yeah, we had a good run for the most part on Saturday, but I think there's a lot of details that you guys would like to have back, and this being one of them. So have fun with this, enjoy the process, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.